Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ya Ali Madad. So, in my Shia Islam, 12-ver Shia, we have always believed that our religion, our school of thought is true. But when this thing, the trauma in my life and things were happening, not working, like we called my mother in the night, late night, when her sister, second youngest sister, got possessed. We called a religious person, Sayyid Jafar, and he gave us what to recite from the Quran so that these jinns would leave her body and not molest or trouble her. We were doing this every night at 3 a.m. in the morning. This would start, and 70 times Surah Fatiha with its meaning. So 70 plus 70, that's 140 times. We would call our grand aunt to do this because my aunt was not in the condition, and they would leave finally but come back every night. And for a whole month I remember, because my father came from Singapore and said, "What is this? You would be so disturbed in your room. How do you go to school? And this person, your aunt, must realize that you have school the next day. It's been a month and she should go to her house now." So that's how I remember it was the whole month this was happening, or more than a month. So my point is that at that time I could not believe it, because they say whoever has these religious things in their house, like we had the Karbala relics, symbols, sacred flags we call alams. We had a Quran, a janamaz, the prayer mat, turbat, the sand of Karbala. On that we pray, we put our forehead while prostrating. So this was really like scary. It later on it shook my belief in my religion, the Quran, the presence of the Quran. And then when therapy wasn't working, two therapists, then going to another one, the AK Center, Dr. Anis Khan. Then I went to a yogi. He turned out to be a Shia Muslim. And he told me that there is reincarnation. He's hypnotized innumerable people and found out that there is reincarnation. But if this shaking had not taken place, I would never even go near this reincarnation, believing firmly that my religion is true. And then when he said this, I thought maybe it's hidden in the Quran. Everything is there in the Quran. So And then later on, when I saw the religious scholars saying no to the belief in reincarnation, so, and I was having dreams that Imam Ali alayhi salam or an Imam is telling me, and Imam Ali alayhi salam uh, alluded to this in my dream that there is reincarnation because he said she is their mother, meaning he was asked, who am I of theirs? And I'm single, I'm not even married, I don't have a child. And I had another dream in which Shehbaz Qalandar, the Sufi saint, well known in Sindh, tells me that if you don't believe in reincarnation, you will be in a great loss. Those who don't believe in it. So now we 12er Shias also believe that God is just. So what an injustice to a person. If, let's say, my dreams are true and pointing to the truth, then what an injustice. I've read a religious Shia scholar book, his book, and he says there is a resurrection rijal, which we call. I hope I've pronounced that word properly. There's resurrection in this world. We can be resurrected. After dying, our dead bodies can come alive again. But he severely criticizes transmigration of the soul. That means losing the body, dying, and then the soul coming back in a new body. So all this time we have been, whatever my mistakes are, wrongs, ignorance, not being able to do well in school also, education, or failing or not passing the, getting an A in my studies. So one cannot say that I'm a perfect human being with all the knowledge. And so what do we trust in? If we tend to fall in error, our hearts also go astray. We don't have that complete knowledge. And we are imperfect. We might become perfect later on, but it takes a lot of time and evolution. And then we don't know. I don't know. So we human beings are error bound and ignorant at times. We need to discover and gather information, that's knowledge. We need to know about the material world and the spiritual knowledge. So after having found this, I went to my old therapist, and she just said, no, Prophet Muhammad, Islam doesn't have this reincarnation. There's no way you can convince me about this. My faith says there's no reincarnation. Even if now you tell me or something, I don't want to quote her, but what I don't even remember. It was like saying that even if Prophet Muhammad came right now appeared and said there is reincarnation, which he will not appear in front of us. That could be called, what is that, schizophrenia? These apparitions and all are called delusions, illusions of the sight. So they will not believe this because the Quran says nothing about reincarnation. It's not important. And when the Quran says nothing, and that the Quran says, you kafirun, disbelievers, will not come back when God's punishment is coming on you later on after your death, and you are repenting and saying, oh God, please send us back. We will try, we will do good on earth. But God says, no way. You were given the time, you spent it on mischief and injustice, transgression. So God has already said this in the Quran, and there's no way. So I was like this before until I was shaken to my beings deeply, deeply, and shunning this, which could be a reality, but we believe this is satanic and evil, and Shaitan is trying to deceive us. And so this is our jihad struggle against our own souls, which are transgressing, unjust, and in desires and all wishes, inordinate desires, gone astray, blinded. So it's like you have to put a rock on your heart, because Satan is coming again and again with feelings. These whisperings have gone into my heart now, and Satan is saying, you are Mrs. Munira Gulzar's reincarnated mother. And I'm supposed to fight this and say, no, in the Quran, nowhere is it written that there is reincarnation. And I will not go there. And don't you dare put these whisperings and lies in my heart. So I take refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from you, the rejected, the astray. And oh God, forgive me, I have sinned badly. My heart has gone astray. Help me, help me. So now another theory comes up that in Alam-e-Dar, the world of particles, atoms, there could have been something there. And one person told me they would not even touch this book of Dr. Rees, who left his psychology, the mainstream, when he found out that one of his patients had reincarnation problem, and therefore all this madness. And if you tell us that your soul has told you, well, go to Surah Taha and read what the Samiri caste told Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, and Hazrat Musa alayhi salam told him, touch me not. So his soul inclined him to do this. And the messenger's footsteps, Jibrail's footsteps came. And by that, this miracle took place that the calf started talking or something. So now I'm thinking, what is inside that we can trust? Because everything is a lie unless what the Quran has told us. So how can we trust in a prophet? He will show us. How will we see? With what eyes? He will bless us because we are unblessed unless the prophet comes and blesses us. Now, if I am an idol worshipper, I would, so I will listen to the prophet. But as these people I have come across reciting the Bhagavad Gita, it was different from my religion, everything, but I couldn't laugh. It seemed to me the truth was being recited, such a truth that my being was in alignment, not, and my head was not cracked, that I would start cracking up. Now we could say that this is Shaitan trying to allure me, lead me to the wrong path from my right path, Islam, my religion. Yes, because in the Quran, God has said that Illa mukhlisin, only the chosen, the pious, chosen, will not be beguiled, deceived, go astray, not listen to Satan and lies and all that. But then again, Ismailis have saved me because they believe in reincarnation. As far as I know, up to date, I will correct myself if I am wrong about this, but I don't think I am wrong. As far as I know, I think they do believe that Imams Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, had imparted this knowledge of reincarnation to his close friend, companion, disciple. So our God is just, and everything He's sending to us is just, and justice must be done by all religious scholars. One should not miss the point, the nano point in time. We have to spill our blood, sweat, put our blood and sweat in finding the truth, nothing but the truth, thus doing justice to every soul, being, life, inanimate or animate. And now, God forgive me for speaking in a tone that is probably not just rude or mocking or condescending. That's why we're told we must speak less, to the point, or be silent, because our religion is such. And we can see that through Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, who sacrificed his all for this truth to prevail. And so humanity would not be deceived, hurt, and when hurt by another, through and through, will remain patient and turn to God, for He is the truly compassionate and merciful, and no other can give us that feeling of compassion and mercy. And we are given the security that God cares for every life, every creation, all of existence. And justice will be done in truth. So justice and mercy go hand in hand. And about this talking, we are not supposed to discuss religion like this, not being eligible, because we need to have full knowledge. We need to be complete, holy, to talk about some truths, realities, actualities of life and its repercussions, consequences. Although our hearts may be breaking, like we repeat Karbala, but we must speak the truth. If we know the truth, otherwise keep quiet. Silence. Believing that one day we will find out the truth and be blessed with complete knowledge, clear. For God says in the Quran, He will not do an atom's worth of injustice to anyone, anything. And even if the truth be hidden in the depths of the earth, oceans, He will bring it out. So when God speaks and says justice be done, will be done, He doesn't speak out of ego. Far from it. We all know that God has no ego. And so we humans, people have ego. The personalities we develop. And what is this ego that comes in the way of the truth and pure knowledge, where there is no prejudice, no blindfolding, no self, the person self. And so this is a judgment. What kind of a judgment is this? When we are observing as witnesses, we are looking at things as they are, not as we would like to see them, or our wishes, our hearts would wish they were like that or this. We are seeing things as they are. That is pure awareness, observing without prejudice, the true martyr, the true witnesser, and the witnessed. What is? We need to know this, discover, practice. We need to see. Then we will discover that The thought is the true culprit. The thought has gone astray. It has all these different patterns,